Okay, our first move is going to be a kettlebell swing, but we're going to swing one high and one in a squat. So if you've never done that before, you can do regular swings. Here we go. Swing high, swing low as you sit into the squat. It's a little bit awkward, so you're probably going to need to practice that move. So you could do regular swings here, you could pause and practice, or just try it and see what happens. So I'm squatting as I throw the kettlebell up. So squat, sit, throw. Make sure you're keeping the spine straight. You are keeping the chest lifted. We're not rounding the back. We're using our core, our hamstrings, our glutes, and it's basically like we're thrusting the hips forward. One squatting, one lifting really high. You also want to be aware, though, that you're not lifting straight up in the air. A little bit in front of those ears is great. Getting that momentum up. Break. All right, you have 10 seconds. The next one is going to be a rack, squat press, and then a press, and we'll alternate sides. So here we go. Rack, squat, drive it up, push press, and then push press again without the squat. So we have one rack squat, press, and then one just static press. Repeat. Place the kettlebell down, rack it, try and bring that thumb right into the middle of the chest, and then press it up right by the ear. Rack, you kind of swing it around the back of the backside of your arm, your forearm, and then you press it up. Squat, press, push press, release. And you're just doing these on your own timing. So I'm doing a squat, a press, and then a rack and a press. Keep that up. We are working for 50 seconds. This is all on your own pace. Try to push your body. Break. Okay. Quick 10 seconds. This one is going to be a deadlift and then a push-up, one of each. You could go pretty heavy on this one if you have it. So one deadlift, go. You're gonna back up and jump back to a push-up, jump in and pick up the kettlebell for your deadlift. Again, deadlifts can be pretty heavy. It's your big muscle groups working, your hamstrings, your back, your glutes. So you're just gonna have to play around with kind of where you are in space here, jumping back. You might be able to jump forward and then pick it up directly. You might need to take a little step closer. It's all good. One push-up, nice straight back, no saggy hips, flat back to rise. One of each, and just keep repeating for your 50 seconds. We're breathing, exhale on the power as you lift. Jump in and deadlift. Nice job. Okay, here's your break. Next one coming up is going to be, these are snatches. If you've never done snatches, please just do a high pull. So I'm gonna flip the kettlebell around my arm as I push my thumb up towards the sky. And I'm doing 2 per side, so you can get some momentum and kind of punch the kettlebell straight up with your palm flipping up to the sky. Get 2 per side. And again, if snatches is not something you're familiar with or haven't done, you can just do a high pull with the weight in both hands. Just lift the elbows up like you're zipping up a sweater. So I'm gonna continue with these 2 snatches per side, really powering up, pushing and punching straight up. Kind of a hard one if you haven't done it before, something that needs a little practice. So I'm not slamming the weight on my arm. Break. Next one we're gonna lay down. We get to do abdominal rolls. So it's a slow roll, Pilates style, where you articulate down the spine. If you can, we'll keep the shoulders pressed up. So rolling down the spine and then lifting up nice and high. Round down, roll off. Keep the lats engaged as you press over the head. You're squeezing the sides of the back and the shoulders up. Rolling down, exhale as you lift. Remember to articulate down and off the spine, and it might help if you have some padding under your back if it doesn't feel comfortable. You don't want to bounce or kind of land hard on the vertebrae. You just want to roll. If the arms start to get tired, you could keep the elbows in and hold that little bicep curl, or just keep the arms nice and strong. See what you have to give. Exhale, drive it up. Inhale, melt it down, break. Nice work. Next one, we are going to do windmills. So if you're familiar with yoga, it's kind of like a triangle where you're just gonna be dipping down and up. So again, we're gonna rack the weight, a lot of shoulders here today, and we're gonna try and touch our toes or touch the mat, or just depending on your hamstring flexibility. So we're gonna do 4 per side, and then we'll switch. Rack, press it overhead. We wanna keep that arm really straight. If you're sagging there, maybe just put the weight down and do this without weight. So 4, I'm kind of in one plane, like I'm in between 2 walls. Drive it up, side tap. You don't have to reach the ground. You can keep the knees bent. We're working into our obliques, our side body, and you'll feel the hamstrings too. Good, dip down, squeeze it up. Down, exhale up, drive right down the side body. Break. Here we go. Next one. We are gonna do a plank row and then a knee tuck. So I'm doing a quick stretch on my wrists, and then I'm gonna set up in plank. Here we go. 1 row, knee tuck, and then just kind of put it over to the other side. Row, same knee tucks, and then we just kind of slide it across. 1 row, elbow up high, 1 knee tuck, slide it across. Pick it up, put it down, knee, send it over. Just a couple inches over so the arm can comfortably pick it up. Slide it across. This will work with a barbell as well. It doesn't have to be a kettlebell today. Barbell works just as good, or a little dumbbell, sorry. Yeah, knee tuck, slide it over. Try not to lift those hips if you can. We'll try and keep the hips square. Here's a little modification. If you need to come down to the knees, that's an option too. Break. Oh, all right. Take a moment, and then we're going right into suitcase lunges or suitcase swings. So we're gonna step the opposite arm and leg back. Another one you might need to practice. It takes a little bit of coordination. Once you get the flow, it makes perfect sense. Leg and arm flow back, opposite, and then you toss and switch. You're just switching hands at the top. Opposite leg and arm go back, switch at the top. Opposite leg and arm go back, switch at the top. Try and make 2 90-degree angles with the knees. And we're just getting that momentum as you push up, the hips step forward, and the momentum swings forward. Good, this one's definitely heavy on the cardio. Heart rate's gonna start to really fly here. And you might be feeling those legs. You could make a shallower lunge if your legs are tiring out. Keep pushing, you got this. Inhale, exhale, break. Okay, 2 more rounds to go. Take a quick breather. We're gonna pick up the kettlebell and we're gonna do a halo. We're gonna circle it around the head and circle it around the body. Halo around and then swing it around the body. So arms go around the head and then around the body. It's kind of a fun one, and you can play with whether you want to push press and then take the kettlebell around the head, or you could just come into your bicep curl rack position and then go right around your head. So 1 is around the head, and 1 goes, swings around the body. Just toss it into the other hand. Good. A lot of arms today, so you might feel this tomorrow, especially if you do it 2 rounds. Shoulders working hard. Keep the core engaged to support that back and work the belly. Good break. Okay, last one is going to be a Turkish get up. We're not gonna do the abdominal rolls. We're just gonna go down, thread the leg through, and come back. Here we go. So opposite foot steps back, hand down, thread forward, leg lift, thread back, come up through a lunge, step together, switch hands, push press, opposite knee drops, put your hand down, thread the leg back, lift it, and then take it back home. Come to standing. Rack press, opposite knee drops, hand, thread the back leg forward, lift it up, put it back where it came from, and come up to standing. So some of these, if you're not familiar with, you might be a little lost, but that's why maybe you'll do this 2 rounds and you'll kind of get the moves better on the second time through. I also do have a kettlebell little video that goes through a lot of the kettlebell moves. It's kind of just like a demo video where you get to see form. And there's your break. Nice job. Circle out those wrists if you need to. And we'll take a spinal twist. Drop your knees off to one side and then the other. Just breathe here. Remember, you can always do this as many times as you would like. And then meet me back here for the stretching. We're just gonna pedal out. We're gonna drop into a seat from down dog and then come on up. Nice. Other way, the inside knee just bends as you sit. And then we come on back through. Come on to hands and knees for cat-cow. Inhale, exhale, arch and round. Sit back. Let's pull the arms behind the ears a couple times, forward and back, and then a tricep stretch on each side. Wrap one arm along the body and then switch. So I'm moving pretty quickly here. You can always slow down these stretches. We'll thread the needle. Feel another little spinal twist. Reach the arm behind the back. Option to lift off that inside knee. Press down to come out of it. Switch sides. Thread the arm through. Try and stack and rotate the shoulders. Lift the arm. Wrap it around the back. And then that leg could lift off. Gives you a little more space to work with. Let's stretch the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, and climb up to standing for a forward fold. Squeezing the shoulder blades together will give you space for the arms to fall forward. Then release the hands and place them at the base of the neck in a bind. Just letting natural gravity take over to lengthen the neck and spine, and then roll it up. We'll take a standing pigeon, figure 4 stretch. One ankle crosses and we sit back in those hips into your chair, and then a forward fold. Drop the head heavy again and switch sides. Ankle crosses, we allow the hip to find external rotation as we sit, gently pressing the knee down, and then exhale to a forward fold. Quick hang and lift it up. Awesome job today. Thanks so much. If you enjoyed it, give it a like and follow me.